And the head coach of the UAB Blazers before now taking on UCLA. That was another one of the games from yesterday that everybody's still talking about. Jerod Haase calling in right now on the Rich Eisen Show. Jerod, Coach, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Happy to be with you.
I'm happy that you're happy, and I'm sure everybody at Alabama, Birmingham is ecstatic. What did this mean for the program, this win?
Well, it means a lot. It's one thing to say you believe in what you're doing and that you believe in your recruiting and the recruits and the system they put in place, and it's awfully nice to be able to get some reward and get some justification to everything. So it's big for our program, and we're awfully excited. And
also for an athletic program that has been making headlines outside of your world because of the fact that football is no longer there. And a lot of people just wondering what sports and the campus, how they can progress together. What did this mean in this run that you might be on? What could it mean for the entire campus as a whole, Coach?
Well, I'd even broaden that out to the city of Birmingham. There's been a lot of emotions, a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of tough times around UAB and around Birmingham. And we're not going to solve everybody's problems by any means, but we can be a situation where people can rally behind us and come together and unify as opposed to just be separate and pull apart. So with that part, we are excited about it. And the best way for us to do that is to play well.
Yeah, of course. And in that said, I mean, that is some heady stuff for anybody to try and wrap their figurative arms or mind around. And you've got a very young team. You have the youngest team, essentially, in the NCAA tournament field with only 7 years of combined D1 experience coming into the season. What has that been like for you to try and get these youngsters to gel together and then win a big game against Iowa State?
Well, if you look at the season as a whole, it has taken just a little bit of time to get everything to mesh together and get the direction we wanted to go. But having said that, it has been really easy in some ways because the guys are so bought in. They don't know any different. There's been a great deal of trust between the coaches and the players, and their trust in me and the staff has been really, really high. That's really helped it go smoothly.
And is it true that some of your players didn't know that you got an automatic bid for winning your conference? Is that true?
There is. I haven't done an official poll, but I do know about 3 or 4 of them that didn't know that about a month ago. And I asked during the selection show, we were watching it, and there were 3 or 4 that were just right next to me that had never watched the selection show before. So we are young, that's for sure.
I would say that. I'm with Jerod Haase, the head coach of UAB basketball before taking on UCLA. Now, you personally, you and Fred Hoiberg, the coach that you just beat, go back a ways, back to the Big 8 days when you were playing for Roy Williams at Kansas and he was at Iowa State. Was there a little bit of the personal for you yesterday, Coach?
Absolutely. He got the better end of the deal when we were players and had a winning record against me, and I was on some pretty good Kansas teams back in the day. And I do jokingly take full credit for putting him in the NBA as well because he had so much success against me when I was guarding him that I always said that I put him directly to the NBA. So I always felt like he owed me one.
Well, let's keep going. You put Paul Pierce in the NBA, too, by being a teammate, right?
You can look at about all the Big 8, Big 12 when I played, and about every two guard played in the NBA. So there's a lot of credit that can go my way.
Dude, good for you. Yeah, you should take it all, man. You should take it. Certainly Paul Pierce. Take definitely credit for him. You think
Absolutely.
about it. I'm on the phone with Jerod Haase, head coach of UAB basketball. And now it's interesting. It's certainly personal to UAB, the program. You're taking on UCLA, where Gene Bartow came from. He took over for John Wooden back at, I guess we should give a little history lesson here. Back in the mid-'70s, took over for John Wooden at UCLA, coached there for a couple of years, and then essentially started sports at UAB, first basketball coach there, first athletic director there for almost 2 decades. Now you're taking on UCLA. Is there any significance in your mind for this, Coach?
There is, but in reality, what I'm doing and what I'm having the team do is really get as narrowly focused as we can on the game. But there is certainly some greater meanings with Coach Bartow. And to say what he means to the program is the greatest understatement you can possibly say. But what he means to UAB and what his legacy is here, there is some significance to be playing UCLA in this kind of a game.
Yeah, and also you're taking on another point guard, too, in Alford, if you think about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, it's, and again, there are some great stories with it, but team focused this morning and ready to go at it.
Okay, terrific. And before I let you go to head to that practice, what are you? Have you just immersed yourself? How quickly were you allowing yourself the victory in Iowa State before you started figuring out what you had to do against UCLA?
Well, it's we did enjoy it. I told the team to enjoy it last night. When I got home from the dinner with the team, my wife said that she was going out to dinner with some friends and my mom and some people, and she gave me my 3 kids, so I was busy putting them to bed last night, so I couldn't watch tape until a little bit later.
No kidding.
But I would say when I couldn't sleep at 2 a.m., I said, let's just forget about it. So I woke up and have been watching tape quite a bit since then.
Coach, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it. I know you're real busy. Congrats on that big win, and good luck on trying to get into the Sweet 16.
I appreciate your time.
You bet. That is the head coach of UAB.